I'ma need all the fries you can give me, all the hot sauce, all the pie you can give me. Better be all in nothing, don't have me in the middle. You better be all you can, yeah, in the limit. Yeah, super fly for the Dumbos, plenty slides like a shuffle. Hit the cadence on my young Isaac Hayes, Billy Ocean, but the old with the cane stick.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Wentz now on first down. And his first look is incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Darren Sproles. That'll bring up second down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to the air on second down. Wentz. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Tuesday. Hey, go! Hey, Tuesday. Hey, gun. Watch the slant.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. 1st and 10 right at the 20. This looks like a free play for Ryan. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
From the shotgun, Ryan. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds.
Back onto the field comes Philly's offense. You know, Charles, the Eagles, they've kind of gone from having one of the most enviable quarterback positions in the league to a couple question marks here because you got Carson Wentz still recovering from the knee injury. Nick Foles with a shoulder injury now.
And the thing that they've got going for them, even though it's a little bit unsettled right now, is that it's not as bad as maybe it appears. Carson Wentz has now been cleared for 11-on-11 work. They're hoping contact will come sooner rather than later. The injury to Nick Foles, believed to be serious at first, not so serious now. They think that he'll be ready for the opener. And Nate Sudfeld, their number 3 quarterback, after 2 weeks of the NFL preseason schedule, leads the league in passing. So maybe it's not quite as bad as maybe people thought.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Shorty. Here we go. Ready?
Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Wentz on 3rd down. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They do go for it. It's Wentz. Going long here for Wallace. And he fires one that's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10.
11.
On 1st down, Ryan. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Nigel Bradham, the linebacker, right there on the coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock Alvin away and bring up 2nd down.
Back 25. Ready, go.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Going for the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there, Ryan to Jones. 62 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Ready, back 25.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman taking it in. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Bryant now to tack on the extra point. Bryant's extra point up and good. And it's now 14-0. Here's Bosher to kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. Wentz now on 1st down. Screen pass to Sproles. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A good 1st down call as the screen play gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the 1st quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement, and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. Down to the 25. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They run for it with Ajayi. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down. Come on now, Owen. Come on now. Let's go. Black. Go. 74. 81.
On 1st down, Wentz. Forced out to his left. And Owen coughed it up. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Well, that was a big oops right there, but how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Grady Jarrett breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
Go, go. Hey, man. 81, 81.
From the gun on third down, Wentz. He's got his man. That's Wallace. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Good.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Good. 15. Trey 15. Good.
Working from the gun, Wentz. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Jay Ajayi, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are back within a score. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Elliott now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Now, right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete. Well, CD, in a couple of weeks we can make our Super Bowl predictions. But for right now, I want to get your AFC Division Champion predictions. Who do you have?
All right, let's start in the AFC East. It's New England. Do we need to say any more?
No, I don't think so. I don't think there's a challenger behind them in that division right now.
That tends to cover it. Miami believes that they can be. Buffalo will be starting over with a new quarterback. So will the Jets. How about the AFC South? I'm going to give you a surprise there. I think Houston comes
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Leroy Reynolds leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Let's go. Hey, gun.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Looks like Ryan's going to stay out there. Indeed, they're going to try for this on 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Leroy Reynolds in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
They'll give it to him up the middle. He gets this down to the 3. Brought the power run out of the bag, but couldn't do a ton with it. Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Wentz. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Solid coverage on the play by Devondre Campbell. And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Grady Jarrett in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Freeman. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the 2nd half gets underway. On the return, here's Justin Hardy. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40.
Hey, got it. Right over there.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Get up! Space. Here we go!
2nd and 10 now, Ryan. He's going to look deep down. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. They give him a gain of 37.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. But the Falcons were able to recover, so they will keep possession.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They get it to him running left. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the 2nd?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the 2nd half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Hey, while we've got a second, let's talk rookie running backs. Obviously the headliner is Saquon Barkley, but there's a lot of good other backs in this class, are there not?
There certainly are, and there was a surprise first-round pick to many people out of San Diego State named Rashad Penny, who went to Seattle. They're trying to recreate that strong running game that they had that powered them to 2 Super Bowl appearances. How about Royce Freeman in Denver? A big-time pickup out of the University of Oregon. They expect him to be the lead runner when the season begins. He'll get every opportunity to do that. Kerryon Johnson in Detroit, out of Auburn. They haven't had a running game since I can't remember, and they need to take some pressure off of Matthew Stafford. Maybe Kerryon Johnson can power them that way. How about a couple below-the-radar guys? Chris Warren is leading the NFL in rushing after 2 weeks, undrafted out of Texas, running the ball well for Oakland. And
got his man complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. An Eagle first down there, Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ.
82.
Throwing on first is Wentz. He's going to let it go deep for the ends. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Mike Wallace, 27 yards. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. Elliott on for the extra point.
An excellent, long, sustained offensive drive. And now they can look across the field and see a defense that looks a little bit beaten down. Right now, as an offensive coordinator, you're thinking to yourself, can I dial up the knockout punch?
Elliott good on the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Ryan. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Well, right now, Charles, we sit in the thick of preseason, and, of course, that means we're in the thick of fantasy football draft season. So, the top five. It's good to have David Johnson back, Le'Veon Bell, of course, Gurley, Ezekiel Elliott, Antonio Brown, all studs. Who would you take number one in a fantasy draft?
Oh, that's a tough one, but I would look at Todd Gurley and David Johnson as my top two picks. Johnson missed all of last season with a wrist injury, and with potentially a rookie quarterback there and a little bit of a rebuild, he may get more work than he can possibly handle. Todd Gurley was a beast for L.A. last year, running it and catching it. But how about a rookie by the name of Saquon Barkley with the Giants? I think he'll get a ton of touches. And Alvin Kamara, he showed what he could do last year, both running it and catching it. And don't forget, returning it as well.
To throw is Ryan. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the fourth. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Now Ryan on second down. Looking deep for Julio. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On third down, Ryan. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Nigel Bradham with a big-time sack on third down. And it'll be a loss of 7. The Falcons will go for it. It's Ryan. Looking downfield. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Bryant's extra point up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Wentz now on first down. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Deion Jones coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. On second down, here's Wentz. His throw incomplete. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter, and find their way open.
On third and long, it's Wentz. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on fourth down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Now Wentz, gotta have this one. Aguilar has it. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Wentz to throw again. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. On first and 10, here's Wentz. Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
From midfield, here's Wentz. This one complete to Sproles. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain at 21 yards. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Wentz now on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Let's go.
Wentz will try again on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Now Wentz on third down. And he comes back with one complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A pickup of 11, and it moves the chains.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Now Wentz again. This will be caught at about the 5. No gain there on the completion. It'll be second down. The Eagles hustling to the line, clock rolling.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now it's a Giant. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Now Wentz signaling frantically, let's get to the line. They'll try to run with a Giant. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Jay Ajayi taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Eagles are back within a score.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Hey, let's go. Get up.
Now the pitch to Freeman. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Ryan heads down to a knee, and that should wrap this one up.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road. but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. Well, Charles, they were close in the end, but they couldn't get that last play, that last little miracle play done. They were within striking distance, but couldn't find a way to score.
They definitely had hope. They definitely had opportunity. Just unable to cash in at the end. Not an easy play by any stretch, but they definitely had a chance.